Hi guys, welcome back. I am very excited today because I'm about to go see The Lodge, as you can see from the title. I remember when this trailer came out last year and I was so psyched about it, and then we had to wait forever for it to come out. We're so lucky that we're getting a limited release in Australia, but I do believe there is a limited release most places. It's kind of hard to come by this film at all cinemas. So I'm really excited to go see it tonight. I'm actually seeing a special screening. It is a general public screening, but it is an outdoor cinema. It's like the launch of it at an independent cinema that I really love, which is Luna in Leederville if you're from Perth. They're doing an outdoor screening and they're gonna have free pizza, a DJ, some drinks. So it's gonna be really nice, except it is like 33 degrees, which, here's the conversion, my god, is it hot, and it's almost 7:30, which is ridiculous. This movie is about a stepmom who gets snowed in with two stepchildren to be. I guess she's the fiance of a man who has two children, and then stuff goes wild. I have stayed away from the trailer, so I'm very excited to go in completely blind. This one stars Riley Keough from It Comes at Night, Logan Lucky, and one of my favorite movies, American Honey. I've heard Alicia Silverstone is also in this movie, so that is very exciting. My one thing that I'm like unsure about is it is directed by the same directors, like the co-directors who did Goodnight Mummy, and I wasn't a huge fan of that film. I know some of you guys love that film, but it didn't really work for me, and I'm a little bit worried it might have some of the similar tones of Goodnight Mummy, and I don't know, I think maybe I'm more ready for that this time with that warning. So I'm happy to go into it blind. I'm not expecting too much, but I am expecting beautiful scenery and like a little bit of a sinister vibe with like that cool tone of the snow. I think it's going to be a huge contrast to Australians' heat right now. Also, a tip for you, if you do have local independent cinemas in your area, make sure you follow them on social media, because I follow this one that we're going to tonight, and I actually got my tickets for free by entering a contest, and I do this all the time for cinemas around me, and I've won quite a bit over the years, so I'd highly recommend to keep tabs on those on social media. It's a great tip. Overall, I'm ready, I'm excited, and I can't wait to tell you guys, spoiler free, if you should go out and seek The Lodge, or maybe just put it on the back burner. Let's go. Oh my fucking god, we have a winner. Wow guys, I just got out of seeing The Lodge, which was I still need to catch my breath. That film was surprising in all of the right ways. Let's start off by saying it is a very brutal film. If you like the work of Ari Aster, our friend who created Hereditary and Midsommar, this film has those vibes. It's almost like elements of both of those films combined. And I don't want to say this film is just like it was made by another director, but seriously, the elements that we love, the haunting, confronting, deep, dark, human rawness, all of that in this intense movie. The Lodge is about a man who is separated from his wife and he has a relationship with another woman, but his kids are not fond of this relationship. So when they go out to this lodge, which is in the middle of nowhere, why do people go to these things? The kids are not having it. And so when something sinister begins to take over, they can only rely on each other to figure out the situation. Vagueness queen, I know, but trust me, it is a lot to take in, and this film has so many different aspects I was not expecting. Number one, the biggest aspect of this film is it is quite a film based on like horror religion. It's really hard to talk about that, but it's like Christianity, but it's also cults combined. And when I figured that out in the film, I was very surprised. And the way they weave it into the story, it becomes a main symbol of the film, and it is super interesting and super uncomfortable. I love religious films, and I love religious horror movies. I've spoken about this before. Everyone says, how can you like it? You're an atheist. How do you believe in ghosts? You're an atheist. Just because I'm an atheist does not mean that I am not interested in other things. And this film, my God, was I interested. It had me by the scruff of my neck, and it dropped me a couple of times. I tell you what, I felt the pit in my stomach. The performances in this film are fucking outstanding. Obviously, I spoke about Lia McHugh at the start. She was phenomenal, and her final act, mwah, beautiful stuff. Also, Alicia Silverstone is in this film, and she is so well fitted to this role. I loved her in it. And of course, the kids, which I didn't really talk about at the start. The kids are played by Jaeden Martell, who's known for Knives Out and It, and Lia McHugh, who plays Mia. And I think Mia was my favorite performance, especially coming from a kid actor, which is so funny. If you guys know, I actually saw The Boy earlier today. I'll have the review right here, or here, I don't know. And that performance, I was talking about how I didn't gel with it. Mia, the character, number one, it's so intense for a kid to play that kind of character, and you really think about in these horror movies how they break it down to get these child actors in. But the performance played by the actress was phenomenal and 100% believable. It was like she was the real girl. It was really interesting, and I love that. The film has so many symbolic moments that you try and figure out. I was reading things all over the screen. It was really fun to delve into those kind of things, and I think this will be a film that I mean, number one, I want to go see it again right now. This will be a film that you can rewatch and get more out of it the second time for sure. Another thing I really loved about the movie was the sound design. It has some spikes in there, I tell you what. It's almost like jump scare spikes, and it just will blow you away in the best possible way. It's very haunting, and I liked the actual whole sound design. There was a lot of external scenes that really utilized a lot of horror sounds within the soundtrack. There were just like these amazing original scores that really took you places, and I just loved it. I loved as much as you're like, why are they in the wilderness? My God. It's so awesome to see such a vast landscape that is so haunting and chilling. And I tell you what, that cinema that we went to, it was so hot the entire film. We were sweating, but the film, it was so enjoyable that you left where you were. And to be in a really uncomfortable state watching a film like that, that's like the true art form for the film that really takes you to another place. I'm gonna be real, this film is really hard to talk about without going into all the elements, and the fun about the film is it all unraveling as you're watching it, and it's something that you totally did not expect. And I don't want to take that away from you. But I was looking at a lot of reviews just quickly on IMDb, because it has a 6.6 at the moment, and I can't actually understand why, because I really enjoyed this film, and the person I went to see the film with, my friend Scott, he also really enjoyed the film. But, you know, we're two horror fans that like similar movies. So I understand, obviously, not one movie is for everybody. But I think a lot of people are saying that this film takes elements from other films to be something that is not original. It's something that I saw reoccurring on the reviews. And I have to say I don't agree, because the storyline in this film, I feel like, is completely original and completely well thought out. It's a simple storyline done really well, and I think it really grips you until the final moment. And that's what I gotta say about this film, guys. The music, the cinematography, the intense, disturbing factor, you know I'm there for that. It was very dark. It is very brutal. I'm warning you guys. I'm not talking like brutal, like Nightingale brutal. I'm talking about brutal as in tension brutal. And I have to say, I have not walked out of the cinema being so shocked in a long time. I don't know if it was because I wasn't expecting the world because of Goodnight Mummy, but I have to say, I've really change my attitude about these directors, and I'm gonna watch Goodnight Mummy again. I'm gonna give this film an 8 out of 10. I absolutely enjoyed it. I'd be really keen to see what you guys say. I'm a little bit worried now I've seen the score is a 6.6 and I don't quite understand that, but I would be really keen to see what you guys have to say down below. If you do want to include spoilers in your comments, please just write spoiler at the top and then just, you know, space a lot until you can get to the bottom and write something there so people can't see it. They have to click the read more button. That would be greatly appreciated. I would love to hear whether you liked it, what you didn't like, all that kind of stuff. My verdict is I do think The Lodge is worth your time. I 100% think that you should go see this in a cinema, and if you can't see it in a cinema anywhere near you, I hope you see it without it being spoiled for you, because it was a ride. It was a wild ride, and I know I'm hyping it up. I hate doing this because I want to like lower your expectations a little bit, but tick of approval from Spooky Astronauts for sure. This is one not to be missed. If you like the same kind of movies I like, you know who you are. You'll really like this one, and if you're a big fan of Ari Aster, I can see you very much liking this film. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave you on that one. That was unexpected, really unexpected. Trust me, I was floored. You can see it right now. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to me babble. Please keep an eye out because my next review is gonna be The Invisible Man at my own private screening. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me so you can see what the screening's like. And I'll talk to you all about The Invisible Man, of course, spoiler free. So I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky. Bye guys.